G'day, it's Paul Rowe. Last week in Dubbo, here in the Story Shed, I had a visit from a remarkable young man, Tomic. He came to Bourke in 2002 as a student, had a very, very serious accident shortly after he arrived there, and he's going to tell you that story in a moment. But what I want to introduce you to is the larger story eventually of what he's gone on to do when he returned to Poland. And it's extraordinary that a group there, a small group, took over an old castle, refurbished it, and now it's become, in a number of ways, a place of blessing to many, many people, in particular Ukrainian refugees coming away from their country, from the war, suffering, needing help, needing a home, need help to find a job. So he's in the centre of that. He's this young kid that came to Bourke, had an accident, recovered, and he's begun something extraordinary. So I want you to listen to Tomic tell his part of the story of what happened to him when he came to Bourke. So here's Tomic.
That was about a week into our school. Everyone was saying about jumping from the bridge. I said, yeah, I'm going there, we're going to do it. So all of us went together, we took a van, drove there. It was a nice and warm day, very hot day, and that was January. And so we started jumping from the street level, and I had this great idea, well, no one's jumping from the top. So I just climbed the top and jumped from the top. But while I was going down, jumping, I lost I was going down with my legs, but I lost my balance. So I ended up hitting the water with my bottom and my back. So it was like hitting a concrete. So that was very painful. I didn't know what was happening with me. So I was underwater. I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't get out from the water. So I tried hard with my hands only, just to get out from the water, go up. And the guys were thinking I'm just playing around because I was underwater for so long. So finally I stick my head out of the water, and I couldn't even shout for help or say anything because I was in such a big pain. And I noticed that I had blood everywhere on my face. Blood was coming from my mouth, and so I tried very hardly to just go on shore, and this is where I lost conscious. So from what the guys were saying, they finally realized that something was wrong with me. So everyone went down, and they were thinking what to do. So they took their towels, they put it under me, and they carried me to the van, and then took me to the hospital in Bourke. And in the hospital, I was unconscious in all the time. There was only like seconds that I remember opening my eyes and something was happening, and then I opened my eyes, something was happening again. The people were all the people were bowing next to me, and then I was in the car, and then I just saw the lights on the ceiling in the hospital. So in the hospital, they did some scans, and they said they cannot treat me here. I have to get as fast as I can to a bigger hospital where they can treat me. So that's where the flying doctors came. So they took me on a plane. I was unconscious. Mari, he was the director there at the Pierre Bourque Center. He went with me. I don't remember all of this because I was unconscious. But they took me to Dubbo, and they did more scans over there. And what they found out is that two of my vertebrae were squished together. And the bones were just all over there, but the bone, one of the bones was touching my spinal cord. And so I was paralyzed. They did some tests, I didn't feel anything. I was paralyzed waist down. So I just remember Mari the next morning preparing me that they're probably going to have to do an operation and I might never walk again. So while they were preparing me for the operation, they did another scans the next day, in the morning already, and that's where the miracle happened, because the bone that was touching my spinal cord, it moved back, so it wasn't touching it anymore. So they said, we're not going to touch it, we'll see what's going to happen, we just leave it like this, so it can heal, and so the bone won't move and touch the spinal cord. So so that's what they did. So after 2 weeks, I started to feel my legs again, and because I couldn't go in an ambulance, so they sent me to Berg Hospital with the flying doctors back to the hospital in Berg. I stayed there a couple more weeks, and then I stayed. They put the brace on me, and I was laying down for a month or so at the schoolhouse. They put a bed in the lecture room, and I remember just being on the lectures, like laying down, and always I got off work. Yes. Yes. So this was a great miracle, and it was a really big miracle, because when I went back home to Poland.
This is what, 2 years later? 2
years later, yeah. So the accident happened in January 2001, and I went back home in February 2003. So more than 2 years later. And so in Poland there is a compulsory army service, and I was postponed for the school, but when I came back they gave me a ticket straight away to go to army for 2 years. So I said, well, I have some medical problems, so I don't think I will be able to go. So they sent me to this commission, army commission, to do a checkup in this big city. And so I was sitting on the corridor, gave my papers to the lady, and the lady went inside the room where there was 6 doctors. They were supposed to decide if I can go to the army or not. So I was waiting on the corridor. I was supposed to go in, but then the door opened, and all the 6 doctors came out, and they said, well, who is Tomasz Kolanica? And I just stood up, and that's me. And they looked at me like this, you are walking? Because from the scans I gave them, it said, that's not possible, you're walking. So that was very serious, but God has been really good, and since then I don't have any problems with my back. So it's praise God, He's really good. Yeah. Yeah.